June the 20th, 2022. We're doing our betting tool show. I've been talking about doing a betting tool show again for a while. I was doing a betting tool show and I kind of stopped doing it. Just felt, kind of overwhelmed with everything that was going on. But I think I found a good time of the day that I can do this, kind of an afternoon betting tool show, and unannounced. But now you guys will know it'll happen, around this time every day. We're not going to have it at a set time, but we'll do it, and we'll just go over the betting tools. Of course, as always on my shows, no questions are off limits. Some answers might be off limits, but not necessarily the questions are. So we will, I'm open to questions as well, but we're going to go over today's games. We're going to look at the betting tools. I'm going to teach you how to use the betting tools to make you a better and a better to make you a better. And of course, we're going to see if we can find some value out there, and I can show you what value looks like on these betting tools. Every day, the betting tools get bigger and bigger and bigger. We have some new tools that are going to be coming out shortly. We have the Nerfy and Yurfy tools, which I know are going to be super popular for baseball. We also have the most profitable teams and profitable angles, looking at a bunch of different areas within baseball. So I know that this will be helpful for you guys as well. So be sure to smash that like button as always, and subscribe to our channel, do all those kind of good things. But we're going to do this. I'm going to give everyone a couple seconds to join us so I don't have to repeat myself, because what always happens is I cover something on one of these shows or something like that, and a bunch of people will show up late and they'll start asking questions about stuff that we've already gone over. It gets frustrating for everyone. So we're going to see if we can avoid that, of course, and see if we can deliver the best show that we can, and to show you guys exactly how the betting tools work. Like I said, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, I'm open. You guys know I'm pretty much an open book. I'm always fair and honest with you guys. There's certain questions which I may not be able to answer, and if that happens, I'll let you know, and I'll let you know why I can't answer them. But in the meantime, most of the questions that you guys ask, of course, I'll do my best to answer them the best that I can. And it's one thing, like I say, and I say this all the time, and I know a lot of people don't really understand it, but we have a lot of people that work at our company. We're not just Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. We also have other websites too. And we have, believe it or not, a combined efforts over 400 people now. So it is craziness, and you're about to see some things over the next few months. We're not going to sit here and talk about football season and all that stuff, because we care about every day of every season, and that's kind of what we do. But I'm going to say you're going to see things that come up in the next few months that are going to absolutely knock your socks off. I promised it before, and we have certainly delivered every single time. But what we're going to show you today is a bunch of betting tools. So be sure to smash that like button. Of course, if you have comments, say hi, whatever you want to do. But we'll give everybody about another minute and a half, because like I said, I did not plan this show out. So it's all going to be on the fly. So everything's going to be wide open here. So like I said, be sure to if you have a question, we're going to go over a lot of stuff. I'm going to try and go as slowly as possible, but we're going to go through the entire card and take a look at these betting tools. We're going to take as long as it's going to take to do it. And these are just a fraction of the betting tools that we're going to have in the future. So just remember, every day, everything that goes on, well, just more and more going on. But anyways, I'm super excited about everything that's going on at sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. On this show, I'm going to primarily go after the Sports Chat Place betting tools, only because they're bigger and they're more robust than the Pick Dogs betting tools. The betting tools at Sports Chat Place, they cover everything. They have player props, favorites, underdogs, sides, totals, you name it. They cover it with the Sports Chat Place betting tools. With the Pick Dogs betting tools, the tools there are geared towards the underdog. But we will take a look at that. Who scores the first goal tonight? We'll take a look and see if we can figure that out using our betting tools. I'm all for it. But anyways, like I said, you guys have a question, you guys have a comment, by all means, let it rip, man. That's why I'm here. But let's go to our our sportschatplace.com and take a look. I'm still right here in the corner in case you guys wondered where I went. I'm right down here, and I will continue to be here. I could move around in case you can't see, someone can't see anyone or see anything, or blocking something that we need to look at on the screen. So we'll do what we can. Like I said, this is our first time through. We've done betting tool shows in the past, but we stopped doing them after a few weeks. But now I have a little bit more time. Things dying down a little bit, and also I have a lot more help than I used to have. So that's always helpful. But here's just our standard opening page to our betting tools. If you haven't seen these before, basically it's just a small snippet of what's available today. We take a look at some of the featured games. We've got the Cubs and the Pirates here. You can see the money line, the run line on this game, the total, the different bets that are available. If you go to upcoming games, this is just a rundown of the entire schedule, and it tells you how long it is. So if you click right here, you can click right here on upcoming games where you see I have my cursor, or you can come right up here to the top. They're both going to take you to the same place, but we'll just click right here, view all upcoming games. And these are the games that are on the board for tonight in Major League Baseball that haven't come up yet. All it is basically, the basic information. It tells you what place each team is in their division, the odds on the game, the run line, and the totals. You can see them all here. These are the 8 games that are remaining on the card for today. This is just the basic information. The more information when you click down on more info, you saw me click on that. Right here it says the Braves have won each of their last 10 night games following a win. So it's a trend. But if you look at their last 5 games, each of these teams have won 3 of their last 5 coming into this game. The Giants 32-33 on the run line. The Braves 35-32. The Giants 37-28. The Braves 38-29. This is a very even game. Is basically what this is saying. When you move to the Yankees and the Rays, another one that a lot of people have interest in. The Yankees finally coming off of a loss, but they've won each of their last 8 night games against American League East opponents. So what this betting tool is just basically showing you is the basic odds, where the game is being played, how long until the game starts. I mean, these are, this is like sports betting 101, right? I mean, this is kind of, the basics, right? And it's kind of like upcoming games. It's exactly what it is. Except we'd like to throw in a little fun fact for you, about the game and about the matchup. So when you click on more info, you're not just going to get the odds or the form. You also get this little fun fact down here. The Pirates have lost each of their last 9 night games at PNC Park following a win, and you can see it right there. I'm on top of it, but I'll move it over, and there you have it. So that is the upcoming games section of our betting tools tab. And then when you come over here, key injuries, of course, this is something that we always care about. And when you go to the key injuries, you just come over here and you can see who's injured tonight. These are the things that you care about the most, right? These are the guys that are just big name players. The ones right up here, I'll blow it up a little bit. And these are the big name players on the key injuries that are on the top. And then, of course, you can go team by team. So where it says view less, right here, view more is just the standard. When you see this, it gives you a standard amount of players. But when you click on view more, the screen doesn't expand. It's just, it makes it just scrollable. You can see the green line right over here on the left-hand side of the screen. So a lot of good stuff there. Like I said, if anyone has questions, just spit them out. Wide open to questions. But basically the way that we look at injuries are team by team. And that's really the most important thing, because if you're betting on a specific team, you want to be able to identify them by teams. We tell you exactly when the injury report was updated last, so you know exactly how current the report is. We don't just spew an injury report and you're kind of like, well, is this everything? It's kind of like, well, this was updated 3 hours ago, and you could see that that's when this was updated. It's updated actually a few times throughout the day. We do this with every sport, not with just Major League Baseball, but you could see for tonight's NHL game, here are the injuries for tonight's game as well. So we go back to that main sports betting tools page. Another one of my favorite betting tools is the profitable teams. Those of you that watched our live show, our morning show, that have ever heard me speak about sports in general, outside of those 2-minute videos that I do every day covering games that Ruffalo and Jovan and whoever else wants to do them over at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs do. We look at the, I always talk about, and in the YouTube comments, you'll even see me talk about this too. It's the profitable teams, and so these are just the top 5 most profitable teams across all leagues. But if you see here, you can change it to NBA or to, Major League Baseball, which is the sport right now. And you can see that on the last 180 days on the run line, this is, you can see the Mets are the most profitable team. But if you go to the money line, it's the Yankees are the most profitable team over the course of the season so far. If you click here to view more, this is one of the really cool things that we have. Same thing, we're still in Major League Baseball because I've already set that from the last tone. I'm going to move over so you guys can see me a little better, see the screen a little better. And there I'll move into the lower middle, so kind of divide it up a little bit. But you can see, we always talk about, if you just bet these teams, and the Yankees have been on an incredible heater. And what you can do is you can click on the little arrow right here on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side of the screen. You click down, and it will show you exactly what happened with the Yankees. Back in mid-April, the Yankees were negative money if you bet on them. But recently, we know it has been a heater. We know the Yankees lost yesterday. So they were up to 141 units in total profit. But right now, back down to 131 after losing yesterday, losing a full unit as a favorite in that game against Toronto. You can go back and see the key series as to where these profits took place. When you look back, to me, it's not about the teams that are making money. And when you look at it, it's the Yankees, the Mets, the Padres, the Guardians are the surprise team in there. And my guess is this has happened recently as well. And there's probably a big spike on this chart. And there it is. See that? On the Guardians, you could have jumped on board the Guardians. They're negative 40 units. So just that because they're up 56 units for the season, these are free for everybody. These are free. The betting tools are free for everybody. All you have to do is go to sportschatplace.com, click on the betting tools tab. All of our betting tools are 100% free. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that we have the best betting tools on the planet, and better than the ones that people charge for. So you can check these out. I can tell you our partners who help us do the betting tools, we have an exclusive because they are equity partners in my company. They're true partners in my company, but they also provide the data. We also, our partners provide the data for some of other companies that you may have heard of, like the National Football League, the NBA, DraftKings, Barstool Sportsbook, as well as Bet Rivers. So all the data, all the stats, all the betting tools, all the games that you see on those websites of those companies, my partners work with them directly, have a direct relationship with them where they provide the data for them. So that's why I always say these are the Rolls Royce. These are the best and the best of the betting tools. Well, these are, that's how I know, because the people that can afford anything, this is what they're using. But the thing is that we're the only ones that have access to all of the things, because we're true partners, equity partners. So we're the only ones that have access to everything that's available as far as the betting tools, the games. And what you'll see, like with our contest that we have coming up, you're going to see things that nobody else can do. And that's why, while everybody else copies our video and everybody else copies, I was the first one to do free picks on every game every day in the written format back at College Football Place, and then all the way through to Sports Chat Place. And people were like, "You're crazy. What are you doing?" And now you see they all do it, but none of them can copy the betting tools, right? Because they don't have the technology and they don't have the ability to do it. And it's like, we haven't even scratched the surface. I can tell you with certainty, and my partners love when I show this, is that this is how big the betting tools and our contests and everything else that we're going to be doing at our Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs are. This is how much you see right now, is just this much. And this is how much we have to go. And we have other people every day that are contacting me that want to be part of what we're doing. Not like these little crappy handicapping sites. I'm talking about major players in the game, like the people that I just mentioned. So I think you guys are in the right place, and I think you're going to be as excited as I am. And when you see me get annoyed when people talk about these, stupid little things, I think you'll understand and get a better picture. And it's not, I think what most people see, the misconception is that, I'm just some guy in a video or whatever. The reality of it is I run a company and we have 400 people, and it's, you don't see anybody else that's doing that, have a daily show and do the daily videos and do the content, because they're only in it for the money. They don't care. I do it because I love it, and I love you guys. I feel like we're a family here at Pick Dogs. I love it. And I'm super proud of it. This is the third time I've had a giant website like this, and this is my most exciting one. Sports Chat Place, I love that too. It's my baby. My other site, you guys all know about that one, and a lot of the drama that went around it and everything like that. I'm no longer own that one, but I built that from the ground up as well, and everybody knows that. So, anyways, we go back to the profitable teams, and this is, you could see that only 12, if you bet all these teams over and over again, people are like, the Dodgers screwed me, the whatever screwed me, whatever, the Braves screwed me. No, you screwed yourself, because you can see that the Dodgers have lost money all season long. If you've bet the Dodgers all season long, you've lost money. We have it right here. And there's no argument. There's no discussion. There's no debate. There's none of those things. We have the data here that backs this up, that shows you. If you've bet the Dodgers starting on June 1st, you've taken a bath. You were up 40 units for the season. You're now down 36. You're down 7.5 units. You're losing a half a unit a day betting the Dodgers in the month of June. It is a bad place to be. Look at all these other teams that are first place in the standings. The Milwaukee Brewers, that losing streak that they went on, you look at the regular record, and you look at where they've been, and you can see that the Milwaukee Brewers, despite having the winning record, this is a team that is really, really struggling. And, as far as for the backers at the window, we had the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday. We cashed on them. I'm glad that we were able to do so. But if you look at before then, look at this. I mean, there's no arguing this. People in the YouTube comments will argue with us. Oh, you just hate the Dodgers, or you just hate the Brewers, or you just hate the winning teams. But no. This is, these are records that when you look at them, when you look at these at the profit and loss, you look at some of these teams, and maybe we should open up this on a separate tab and do it. I probably could have done this the other way. It would have been a little bit easier. But you guys can see that we can look at the records of these teams, when we're doing this. And, this is better. I can move back to where I was. Oh, no, I can't. Anyways, you can see when we look at, teams like, when we start to look at the teams that have lost money, we look at the Milwaukee Brewers, we look at the Los Angeles Dodgers, we look at the Tampa Bay Rays, at the Atlanta Braves, right? And, let's see who else is over 500 in this bunch. Not too many, but we look there, and then you look at the standings, right? You look at the Atlanta Braves in the standings. You look at the Brewers, 68. This can't be correct. 68 games. They're 38-30. That games played always screws me up. You can adjust our standings to not show that. But that always messes me up. There it is. You can see now the Brewers are 38-30, and you've lost, units. Same thing with the Dodgers. The Dodgers are in first place. They're 40-25. They've won 61% of their games. Yet if you bet them every single game, you have lost money. So anyways, go back to these profitable teams, and you can do this not just with the spread. And people will say, oh yeah, I don't do the money line. I also do the spread. That's why I lay the run line, right? How many times do we hear this? And here's the Dodgers, right? Minus money on the straight bets, but here they are on the run line, where they are profitable on the run line. You can see them right here. If you bet the Dodgers on the run line, you're up. So if you bet the Dodgers just money line, like we see a lot of guys in our YouTube comments do, you have lost money. If you bet them on the run line, you've salvaged it. And it continues to go. But teams like the Atlanta Braves, still losing money betting them on the run line as well. The Minnesota Twins, another first-place team, losing money. Tampa Bay Rays, a team traditionally on the other side of this equation. Look at this, 4.28 units is what you've lost on the Tampa Bay Rays. Hopefully this is all making sense. If anybody has any questions or anything else that they want to see, spit them out. Any questions I will at least try to answer. Everyone knows nothing's off limits with me. I'm an open book, and I'm happy to be able to do this. We're going to do a betting tool show every day, and we're going to look at today's games and today's bets. I just wanted to go over a couple of the betting tools before we get started on that. But you can see it's not just that way. Here's the total, right? Here's the totals as well. So here's how it is to the over. The Phillies always going over, right? So everyone says all the time, oh man, every time I bet the Astros, it goes under. Look at this. The over minus 200, minus 24 units to the Houston Astros, that is. Can you see that? This is the over. If you've bet the over in all the Astros games, you've taken a bath upon bath. The Astros, I mean, this is epic. Let's take a look at this chart. Look at that. That is called a trail of pain and destruction. Anyways, got an idiot on our YouTube channel. See if we can get rid of this person. There's always an asshole in the bunch. But, all right. Let's cut back. See if we can get rid of this person. And I will come back to more of the betting tools. Does anyone have any questions? Any comments? Anything else? While I'm trying to find this jerk. There we go. Naked XYZ. God, man. That's awful. That is absolutely awful. But anyways, let's take a look at today's matchups and see if we can make some money. But look at that Houston Astros chart on the over. That is filthy, right? But my guess is when you look at them to the under, we're going to see the opposite. There it is. If you bet the under on the Houston Astros, look at that, number one. Have you noticed any trends within? Oh, I'm on top of it. Here, let me move. Have you noticed any trends within the streak section? For instance, I started off betting top listed in. I bet in top listed and was losing, and started fading the top listed and was losing. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. But whatever works. If you find something that works for you, then you should do it. Yeah, this isn't like me giving out my picks. This is only just about the betting tools. So if you have questions about the betting tools or any other questions about what's going on at Sports Chat and Pick Dogs, that's fine. But as far as like me just sitting out here and giving you guys free picks off the top of my head, that's not going to happen. We've already done that today in our videos, and we've done that in our videos, and we've done that in our over at sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. So you can check that out. I'm just got to get rid of this idiot again. I don't know if they're on. Maybe they've gone to our sports chat our sports chat channel to decide to try and spam us. Not really sure. Definitely struggling with it. I'm excited to do the player props. I'll tell you, if you've been watching the 7 free picks, we've been crushing those player props. Absolutely crushing it. Free picks, we've been crushing those player. To price how much you wager, you choose the payout or the stake, like to bet to win 1 unit or risk 1 unit. I bet the amount to win 1 unit. So like if it's minus 140, I bet 140. That's the way I do it. But on the other side, if I'm betting the dog, then I risk 1 unit to win plus 140. So I kind of do. I guess I do it both ways. But if I'm betting like a big underdog, a big favorite or something, like if a team's minus 220, then I have to bet minus 220 to win the 1 unit. So, I'm trying to find this jerk face on here. Oh no, I guess I got him. So I guess I kind of do it both ways. I'm never going to be like that traditional better. Like you see a lot of guys on the other sites, and I've heard this term, like this is a 5%er or 2%er or whatever, any of that stuff is. I don't believe in any of that stuff. I know that I've made a lot more money betting than any of them too. So take it for what it's worth. But let's see. Kind of not really sure what happened here. I was doing just fine over here. All right. Let's get to something else here. Let's take a look at the players tonight in the NHL matchup. Someone asked who's going to score the first goal was one of the questions that we had. I believe we have this first goal scorer. So what you can do is turn this off, click on first goal scorer, and, we don't have anything. Nobody comes up to have any kind of success, first goal scorer. It's been spread across the board. The first goal scorer, when we look at the last 5 games, we look at the last 10, and we look at the first goal scorer, it's still at 40%. And there we go. So no one has hit better than 20%. Only Maroon has hit better than 10%. The rest of all the players in the game, everybody only has 1. So this is a real punt of a bet, is basically what that's saying. How do you see streaks for totals? There's a couple ways to see that. There's a couple ways to see streaks for totals. So let's see. But here on this player prop, let me see. How do you see streaks for totals? These are just the run line trends. So in baseball, we don't have the streaks for totals up yet, but you can find streaks for totals. The ones that I give out, I find those in the fun facts, in the parlays, under the best parlay. I'll go here, right here. So here's kind of a workaround on it. Obviously not the way that ideally you want to do it, but it is a way to do it. So what you do is you go like this. Let me expand it and show you guys. I don't know why this is doing this like this. But what I do is I'll go like this, and I'll take away the money line, the spread, and the player props. I'll take away all the other sports. And then I'll crank this up right here. And there it is. They'll show you all the streaks right here. Each of the last 5 games between the Tigers and the Red Sox at Fenway Park have gone over the total runs. Does that make sense? Jaquil, are you able to do that? Because I know it is a little bit of a workaround for now. You know, the betting tools, we have a long way to go. Most of the work is in front of us. But you can see where you can get to these streaks for the totals this way. So hopefully that helps. You do that. It's what I do when I'm looking for streaks on the totals. And 4 of the last 5 Pirates games against NL Central opponents have gone over the run line, over the total runs. Each of the Blue Jays' last 5 night games against the American League opponents have gone over the total. So it's a little bit of a workaround, but it gets us to the same place. And you can still do all those same things that you do with all the rest of the betting tools. So I don't believe there's going to be that we'll be able to get 10 because there's only 8 games tonight. So that's the only reason why that there's only 8 available here for this. But normally, if there's 15 games, you could do 15. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. That's how you would be able to get the streaks. On these shows, one of the things that I think also gets really underestimated is our standings page. I believe that this is our best betting tool page, and only because we haven't broken out some of the other things yet, but we will, and you guys will see this. But in here, you can only do 10 across, and that's only because of the formatting. But right here is where you have the inning stats. See, a lot of people like to bet the innings and the in-game and all of these other things of that nature. You know, so here's where you see this. And also, you know, they have live betting on extra innings. If you have a game that's going to extra innings, you can find out. You click right here, the extra inning win percentage, right? You click on that, and there it is, right? You come in here, and you can find it. Extra inning win percentage right there, EIW. The Indians, 71% in extra innings. The Yankees, 80% in extra innings. The Rays, 66%. The Red Sox, they go to extra innings, dead men. Oakland A's, 0.0. Blatarsky. Look at this. The Reds, 100%. Every time it goes to extra innings, they win. Mets, king of extra innings, 100%. The Dodgers, 0%. They probably don't go to extras all that much either. Let me see if there's a way to get this. I lost one of the settings here is what happened. I just can't figure it out. See what happens. There we go. Nope, did not let me do it. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll have it fixed for tomorrow that I'll be able to move around a little better, but hopefully you guys are seeing this. But let's look at tonight's game. I like to look at the streaks. Everyone knows that. You guys hear me talk about them all the time on the 7 free picks in just 5 minutes. There they are. The Diamondbacks losses on the road against the West. The Cubs covering the run line as road dogs against the National League. The Braves wins at home. Angels. But this is where I find those things that I give out on the 7 free picks. All in the streaks tab. So that's why I say all those picks. And if you guys notice, NFL is already up for week 1. These aren't the preseason games. These are week 1. I believe these are the money line. Well, it looks like they're both. They have covered the spread like this, the Falcons failing to cover the spread at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you also have money line like here. Baltimore Ravens have lost 6 in a row heading into the end of the season. So that's about that. Any other questions? Any comments? Anyone stoked like I am? I'll be doing this show every day, so we'll be able to dig more into each game every day. Cowboys over Bucks. Is it on here? I saw it on there. Cowboys have covered the spread as home underdogs 7 in a row heading into that one. So that's what the betting tools have to say about that. I'm on top of it. But there you can see it. I'm moving. I'm on the move. Oh my God, how sick are we of this guy? You have to wonder, like, the guys that are spammers. It's like, does anyone ever? People must get lucky from it or something. I'm not really sure. Where's he at? I didn't see him. Oh, I see. So we're not deleting them. I want to hide the user. It's like Ruffalo's moderating, but it's like you got to hide the user. Oh, but it's not working. Huh. Weird. Okay. Well, anyone have any more questions? Anything that you'd like to talk about? You want to talk about Ruffalo behind his back while he's here? I guess it wouldn't be behind his back, would it? Anyone getting crushed in Bitcoin? Anything else? Anyone having anything good for dinner tonight? We're having, we have like I make like a chicken Philly cheesesteak. It's like chicken with, I put cheddar cheese on it with onions and mushrooms. And that's what we were having for dinner. That's what we're having tonight. Gonna watch baseball and eat chicken Philly cheesesteaks. My wife never really had them before we started eating them, so she calls them chicken chili cheesesteaks. She doesn't quite put it together, but she certainly enjoys them. Anyways, we'll be going over the betting tools every day here as often as I can. And usually we're going to do it sometime in the afternoon every day. So set notifications and do it. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love the betting tools. We have some really cool ones coming out. I thought it was fun to look at those profitable teams, man. If you missed that segment of the show, also if you need a sports book, we have them. So check them out as well. We have all the latest, greatest offers for your state. There's a little drop down at the top. A big bold Nerfy on the Tigers-Red Sox game. So here, you click on this tab right here. And it has all the different states. And Ontario. And then it has all the sports books that are available there. But anyways, anyone that has any questions, anything at all they want to talk about, you guys know I am always an open book. And I got nothing to hide. So, anyways, we'll go over more betting tools tomorrow. Make everybody better bettors. Hey, let's take a look. Actually, you know what? What the hell? No, wait a minute. We're not done. I'm sorry. The hell am I thinking? We didn't even do any Major League Baseball player props. What am I, on crack or something? You guys are supposed to say that, you know? You guys are supposed to say, hey, what happened to Major League Baseball player props? You can see we have DraftKings and BetRivers props available now. I don't know what happened to my cursor, but it's not good. So I've been looking at I like this strikeouts thrown. I think this is the one that the betting tools are really, really good at nailing. So it's finding the value on here is really what it's all about. Let me move. So when we look at this, Winkowski, Lance Lynn, under 5.5 strikeouts, minus 530, hits 80% of the time. Brubaker, 80% of the time, he's under 5.5. Fado, can over 4.5, hits 60% of the time. You're getting plus 112. That is what you call really good value. Right there. So it's a bet that hits better than 50% of the time, and you're still getting plus odds on it. So a coin flip, like if you were just flipping a coin, it's 50-50, except if it's the lucky penny, right? The lucky penny, I don't know. It's from another planet. But if you look at a regular game, and it's 50, it's basically a regular bet or of any kind is 50-50 is would be plus 100, or in the way they do it is minus 110. And so anything that you're getting better than 50-50 odds on, and you're getting better than a minus 110 payout or even plus 100 is a play all the way. So Fado right here, Max Fried under 5.5 strikeouts is plus. McClanahan over 7.5. You're getting plus money that hits at 60% of the time. We could go back further to the last 10 games or even all games this season. I think that most of these guys haven't done it, but all games this season. See what's going on here. Here we go, even better. So Lance Lynn, under 5.5. He's only pitched one game. Bubic, 75% of the time, under 4.5 strikeouts. Brubaker, 69.23%. Cole, 50-50 on this one. Strikeouts thrown under 7.5, plus 116. Over 50% of the time, and you're getting plus 116 on your money. There's value right there. Does this make sense to everybody? I hope it does. What I'm showing you is that just because, why is it doing that? I wish I could fix the cursor. But there you can see on Cole, I don't know, now we don't see it at all. Here you go. Now you see on Cole that this hits over 50% of the time, and you're still getting plus odds. An even bet, a coin flip, if it hit 50% of the time, it would be plus 100. So it's not gigantic value, but there definitely is value there. Same thing with Darvish right here. But when the odds, you see how Darvish, the odds, it hit 66.7% of the time. But the odds you're paying, I have to pay up to minus 140. Here's Fado, 50-50, exactly on the money. And you're getting better than 50-50 odds. Killian, 50-50 on the under 3.5 strikeouts, getting better than 50-50 odds. Corbin Burns, over 7.5, hits 53.85% of the time. You have to pay a little bit of premium. This is even Steven. This is about coin flip money here on Corbin Burns. Any questions on this stuff? We can go over it tomorrow as well. If something yet hasn't clicked in, well, then, like I said, tomorrow you can ask the question. So I'm excited that you guys join me. We're going to hopefully get a big crowd for this, and hopefully a lot of people have a lot of questions, and we'll have a lot of new betting tools on the way. So thanks, everyone, for joining me. Get back in the swing of things of doing the betting tools, and we'll be having a lot more betting tools on the way. So thanks, everyone. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, of course, for our live show, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon for our live betting tools.